Sup guys, Black is back, and this time I'm gonna be doing a review of a game I've already beaten. It's called Onimusha Warlords, and for those who don't know what the game is or the franchise itself, basically Onimusha is a hack and slash action adventure game created by Capcom. It follows the story of a samurai fighting demons with a special power from the ogres, and that's basically the gist of each game. Like, there are 6 games at least. Since this would be my first review, I'll be breaking this down into 3 parts. The first one would be the story itself, the second would be the gameplay, and the last would be the overall game itself. So please bear with me and let's get ready for the first review. What can I say about the story? The story follows the character Samanosuke Akechi. He is a Ronin samurai. He's a young man who is fighting a war in which Nobunaga is involved, and just as soon as Nobunaga claimed his victory, he was struck down and killed by a small arrow, and you thought he would be dead, right? Sometime after that, a group of monsters kidnapped all the maidens and servants that are inside the Inuyama castle, which is where you will be at for most, if not the entire game. And one of the maidens had to be Princess Yuki, who is pretty much the damsel in distress that you have to say in the game. Okay, so she gets kidnapped, right? But after some following the trails, you are able to find Princess Yuki again, but only a more stronger demon comes in and knocks the main character out of commission and takes possession of Princess Yuki again. And you thought our hero would be down for the count, but he is saved by a clan of ogres who give him this special gauntlet in his right arm to allow him to fight back against the demon. Along the way, you have allies such as a female ninja. The story is surprisingly simple, but it is very easy to understand, and for those who are new to the Onimusha franchise, I would suggest playing them all in order because each one follows after the next one in such a straightforward fashion. The story is simple, the characters are pretty cool. Samanosuke is my favorite character, or my second favorite. I'm not gonna spoil who my first. What I do like about Samanosuke is that he is not afraid to go out and fight for what he believes in. He even gives advice to one of the characters in the game about expanding your horizons and seeing the world and things like that. You do run into a couple bad guys in dealing with this demon ceremony, which you have to stop, and that's pretty much the plot of this game. It's very simple, but it gets its point across, which is what I do like about it. Gameplay, I will say, is the biggest plus of the game for me, because that's how I got into action adventure and hack and slash, mainly through this game. And basically you'll be pressing square for most of the time in the game. You do get special attacks, like special magic attacks, by pressing triangle when you collect elemental weapons like a lightning katana, a double-bladed staff, and a fire broadsword. There are plenty of other weapons that you get in the game, including long-range weapons, so that's good. And that's the pros: the story, the characters, the gameplay. The weaknesses of the game is that it is short. You are able to beat it in less than 5 hours if you really go through it, space it out like I did the first time. It took me about a couple of days. Not a hard game at all. Some of the puzzles you may have to try to figure out, but once you figure them out, it's rewarding. You get bonuses and extra stuff. And the hardest challenge is probably the Dark Realm, which is 20 floors down. You have to survive against hordes of demon monsters so that you can receive the key to the most powerful stuff in the game. So the game does reward you for putting in time and effort, which I do like about it. And there's not much replay value. There is a bonus side thing you can do. Yeah, you have to save the clan of ogres and collect. And there's also another thing, you have to collect all the special rocks that you see throughout the game. Doing those two things will help you unlock the harder difficulty, which I was able to complete in less time than I actually thought, because I had all the power-ups throughout the game, so it was insanely easy. Overall, Onimusha Warlords is a good start for the Onimusha franchise. It only gets better from here because the next entries really built on Onimusha and made it stand out on its own feet from Resident Evil, because that's where the original idea for the game was gonna be based around. It was gonna be a Japanese Resident Evil, but decided to scrap that and create a new game, which is where Onimusha comes from. And this also got made before Devil May Cry, so this is a basic idea which they took and put into Devil May Cry, the original one, which is known to be the game that invented the whole hack and slash genre. So it's amazing. It's a good history to look back on fondly, so I can do nothing but appreciate it. But overall, it is a good game. I probably give it an 8 out of 10 just because of its story, characters, the gameplay, and just the good things about this game. The flaws don't really bother me all that much. It is better than average. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you guys enjoyed this video, please show your love with a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Feel free to click the red sub button underneath this video to become part of the Soul family. You are always welcome. Feel free to connect with me on social media. Please enable post notifications to stay up to date on the most recent videos and future stuff as well. Don't forget to share this video and spread the positivity. This is your homeboy Black. I can't wait to do more reviews in the future. Until then, all my brothers and sisters, you be safe. Wish you all well. To all the souls out there, peace and much love. Take care.
I've got a question, if you'd hear me out. In your defense, you never had a chance. And so tell me straight, I won't go. This is our time now, I'm sure. Make no mistake that we are